Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another recap of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 9, Episode 6, New Normal. So, it continues off with, Sabrina telling Rich and Penelope off. Maurice is in her office, and she's now talking about entering her whole phase. Maurice gives her like a rundown on how to be a hoe, and she needs to like get out there, not talking about being in a relationship. She needs to be like less talking and more action in that sense. So while they're talking, whatever the case may be, down the line, Paige comes in and offers her 2 cents, and Maurice was shocked that she knew so much about that stuff, but he was just like, girl, okay. So they basically told her, well, she basically reiterated everything that Maurice was saying, but in like a more girly manner that I guess Sabrina could pick up on when she said, "Yeah, when Maurice said, "Yeah, I'm gonna come to your house so I can dress you," and Sabrina was like, "Yeah, my fashion sense is okay. You see Paige like." I know they be thinking like this girl cannot dress, but whatever. She's our boss, so we gonna see how this plays out. So eventually, Maurice invited Paige to go out with them, see how she does. Um, also, um, yeah, this gonna be see how Sabrina gets down. Like, okay. Danny, she's still at work. Leonard's being Leonard, still finding ways to mess with her. Like, even after that whole situation, now it's like you just basically doing it to do it because you find anything and everything in your power to talk to her. Like, you don't have to talk to her. Just let her do her job, whatever the case may be, or whatever she just has to do. Like, you just do constantly just keep going at her nitpicking. And it's like, go somewhere. So, yeah, them two is just like, ugh. But, anyways, Karen, she's still Karen. She finally comes out the room. She decides she wants to cook. And Aaron is just like, I can cook for you. I can go get you some things. Like, did Miss Lisa like fall at the store or something? Because it's like she ain't come back since. Like, what? Like, and honestly, I'm gonna need for Karen to like, get in the shower and wash her behind. Because it's been like what, two, 2 days or 3 days she's been in that outfit. Like, girl, come on, now, make it make sense. But then again, could be wrong. But anyway, so Aaron decides, to talk to her, but she's not hearing that. So Danny ends up calling Aaron because she calls Karen, but she never answers her phone. So everybody's calling to check on her. Pam called to check up on her. Danny calls and spoke to Aaron, and he was just like, she's trying to cook, and Danny was like, yeah, she don't know how to. Yeah, so I'm gonna need you to like get on that to like basically rectify what's going on with her. And he was like, alright, cool, I'm gonna do that. Then meanwhile at the job, Andy, she's basically like overwhelmed with what's going on through her thought process. Also, at the same time, still finding more evidence on Dr. Cruz. So Bradley, Mr. Benson, comes into the office and she basically told him everything that she found out, and he was just like, why does that name sound familiar? That's my golfing buddy. And you know what's crazy? Dr. Vaughn said, one thing is not about who you know, but it's who you play golf with. And it's like Bradley and Dr. Cruz, it makes perfect sense. It's like you're not a racist, but it's giving you're a racist to a sense. Like how you're not picking up on what he's doing. But then again, it could also be that Dr. Cruz is just like, playing the field, like not telling him the honest truth of what's really going on with this job. But then again, who knows? Sometimes they stick together, and then when you decide to like turn, it's gonna be too late. So it's like they've known each other for years, and y'all ain't never talk about y'all job. Or maybe they just use golf to decompress. Like I said, we've been working these hours, and we just want to, relax and have a good time. So I don't know, but anyways, yeah. When Andy heard that, it really like it broke something like inside of me watching, and it probably inside of her too. It's just like, so you mean tell me all this I'm doing is not it's not enough evidence? Like, make it make sense. And the fact that it's minority, black and brown color, that's really having the worst end of the stick with dealing with Dr. Cruz, and this is like you don't see it as a red flag. But anyways, he was like, I need more evidence, concrete evidence, and she's like, concrete evidence. I bet he leaves out of there. Fatima, she calls her boo, and she was like, how are you doing? Did you eat the lunch or whatever the case may be? He was like, yeah, Danny ate most of it. And she was like, yeah, that sounds about right. We had a good talk and stuff like that. And she told him that she loved him and asked what he was doing for the rest of the day. He said he's gonna go check on Michael. So days when we don't see Michael, he's actually at his aunt's house. But then now he also said he was gonna go to the gym, and see how things go from there. She was like, all right, cool. Have a good day. Just make sure you be okay. Be careful, and whatever the case may be. So, meanwhile, back at the job, Fatima, she get hurt. She gets some more clients. Hayden being nosy, coming and trying to help, but she was just like, why would I need your help? I got this. Obviously, you didn't even do your job with the last case you had. But anyway, she kind of hears him out. And he was like, you got Chaz Johnson or whatever his name is. And she was like, he was like, he's a big deal. And she was like, okay. And he was like, can I help you? Can I help you? Like, I know the odds and ends about this situation. Let me just help you because, I deal with taxes. So it was just like, okay. So she was like, all right, cool. Come here, Hayden. Come here, Hayden. Come closer. She pulled him by his towels like this. If you mess this up, you will go missing. And nobody will find you. Ever. Okay? Was that okay? Because he agreed to not also like undermine her intelligence and try to taunt her at the same time. So it's just like, all right, cool. Come on, let's go to the conference so we can meet this person. That part was hilarious. Um, what else? What else? What else? Oh, Maurice goes to her Sabrina's house to help her get dressed and put out her outfits and whatever. Some of them outfits was cute. Okay, Maurice got some style. Danny and Andy call each other to like see what's going on with Karen. They decide they're gonna meet her after, go over to her house after work, bring her back some food because they know she can't cook. So yeah. hmm Zach goes to the gym. He ends up meeting this guy named Keys, and they started, having a good talk. At first, Zach was reluctant to share, but Keys shared that he lost his son to cancer when he was young. His wife died, and all this stuff. He had a whole bunch of hardships in his life, and he still managed to stand strong. Still go to the gym as a release, and basically he was giving some knowledge to Zach that he's decided to like take heed to a list. He decided to, talk to him and hear him out, stuff like that. Also at the end, he ended up giving his phone number to each other so they can talk to get more understanding about what's going on and just somebody to talk to. And he also realized at that moment that he needed to do something, so he decided to go to Karen's house. Hopefully, things go good because they haven't seen each other since the delivery of the babies. So yeah, that's an emotional toll on them as well. But yeah, nonetheless, I believe that's everything that happened in this episode. Yeah, I know I'm kind of late with these things, but it's just like better late than never, right? Right. So, with that being said, well, with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this recap, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.